Hi guys, it's Mason here, and today we're going to be running up another BMBR. This is called Eat to Live by Joel Fuhrman, who has an MD. Okay, so here, Eat to Live, Joel Fuhrman, MD. So, interesting parts about this book is dietary factors that induce calcium loss in the urine, animal protein, salt, caffeine, refined sugar, nicotine. Interesting. So the main part from this book is not the second chapter. So this is just something neat to study, something neat for you guys to objectively look into yourself. It's called Phytochemicals, Nature's Magic Pills. This book really focuses on the weight loss, such as U.S. food consumption by calories. There's that. If this is copyrighted also, you can have all of the money that comes from this. This is just for sake of the book. I could check into the reproduction of the pages of this book as well, because I'm not sure if having it even on the YouTube website is allowed. Jeez, business. So anyways, this is the unrefined plant food consumption versus killer diseases. It's right here, and it just shows how in this study, Hungary is at the top with 90% of their deaths from heart disease and cancer, and at the bottom, the least amount of calories from unrefined plant foods. So a good spot to check out is called Laos. Thailand, Korea, and Mexico also have pretty decent amounts of healthy foods and vegetables. So right now, with the foods consumption in Mexico, the average unrefined plant food consumption in Mexico is about 47% of their total caloric consumption, which means that most of their consumption of food, 47% of their consumption of food is coming from unrefined plant foods. At Laos, it's about 92%. About 92% of their food consumption is coming from plants. Just pure plants. So with that, here are some. So there's a lot of anti-cancer. There's a lot of pro substances in natural plant foods that are helpful to have, such as I'm meaning to respect Joel Fuhrman. So phytochemicals are a very nutrient-dense thing that are especially found in plant foods. And with these phytochemicals, there are a lot of them. And those seem to go well with other parts of the body. So in terms of my own personal knowledge, I'm more of the premise of the story for Little Dog, Big Dog, and what you can get from that, which is a previous episode of BMBR. So really this is a helpful objective or subjective, I don't really know even what that means, look on phytochemicals, so you guys can feel free to be a bit more educated on food and to do your own research yourself on what food is and how to have a healthy food life. So there's a lot of different types of foods, obviously, and there's a lot of different types of things in foods, such as citric acid. Citric acid is a great thing. It was imported from England in I think it was 1826, and that's another interesting healthy part of your diet that you can keep. So check out citric acid. Trying to help out with this a bit here. So really what I was trying to say is Uh, really, what research is trying to say is, and that's found in this book, for the purpose of keeping this book independent, or keeping this book's vitality, keeping this book's tourism. So in meats, there are not as much phytochemicals as there are in plant foods. So in different plant foods, and all different varieties, and all different forms, and all different ways, and all different shapes and sizes, there's a quote that I remember, and I don't remember from who, and it says, you want to have a colorful plate. So you want to have a nice colorful plate that's full of a lot of different colors and a lot of different plants, because when you do that with the different colored plants and different colored everythings, it's a healthier dish. So in California, when I was eating food from there, I just naturally the body seemed to be in a healthier place. Seemingly. I can't necessarily say anything for sure, but just energy and vitality in that environment were more. And this may not be fully connected, but the food intake that I had there was nice. Just quality foods from quality people. And just to show the amount of care that they have, is I had a question on the amount of sugar, that how much a certain food had. And the guy was literally gonna call his boss and be like, hey, I'm not sure about that, but I can call my boss and ask him. So they're very, very food oriented, very pro food down in Cali. Yeah, so that's a neat book. This one I can just show here, written by Joel Fuhrman, who has a master's degree in health. Which is pretty neat. There's also quite a few case studies by this guy, which is neat and helpful. So if you're interested in figuring out, especially for being overweight, how to cut that out, he's claimed to help out people that have had 320 pounds in weight come all the way down to, I think it was 120 pounds. He especially goes to the New Yorkers, and because the New Yorkers, there's a lot of opportunity for growth in New York, especially in food. So he just explains how with his simple formula that you can really change your life in terms of the healthy foods that you're eating. So that's neat and that's helpful. That's good to know. Appreciate that. Phytochemicals, neat thing. Also, this neat thing you guys can look out is Evian. Evian with some ginger in it. So ginger is one of those foods that has its own source of nutrients, from the website nutritiondata.self.com. One can find all the different caloric intakes and vitamins and nutrients that are in every single food. There's a lot of phytochemicals that aren't necessarily on websites, and that's because there's so many things in foods that people still don't necessarily know, which is why they predicate and keep telling people to always be doing neat research on foods and to have an open mind about healthy foods and to stick natural and organic, because that's how a lot of people grew up and that's how our genes are made to be. Neat. So yeah, this is of course this is all a subjective experience. Buy organic foods. Feel free to do your own research and do your own research on your foods. There are just a lot of studies on organic foods that go to show that they can prove to be healthy, and beneficial because of the pureness that they have and because of the way that they're grown and raised, which is why organic foods is starting to have a lot more of a good rep, as well as the health fats that are found in them. Because this is according to Weston A. Price Foundation, which is a pro-organic foundation, that the majority of your cell membrane is made out of what's called saturated fats. And saturated fats are the foundation of the cell membrane, and they're also used in other parts of the body, assumingly, but they're in the cell membrane pretty prominently, which is why having, according to this website, and feel free to do your own research on this, that having a lot of these saturated fats allows for a healthy place and a healthy body. So foods like avocados, pecans are good. these types of things are great. Thank you for watching this video, and yeah, this is my subjective intake, and for you to do your own research is something helpful for you.